right, how we doing?
Well, how are you?
Good. I'm Nandi. I'm the nurse midwife here. Today we'll be doing upper and lower extremity. Just checking out assessment, checking out range of motion, and the function and how well your joints are working. Okay. All right. And before we get started, what is your name and your date of birth?
My name is Candace Owens, September 9th, 2000.
Perfect. That's the person I'm looking for. And I wash my hands prior to coming in, and we are in a nice private space. Okay. If you have any questions or concerns throughout the process, just holler them out. All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. So let's get started at the top, and we're just gonna work our way down. So starting with the temporomandibular joint, I'm just going to assess by looking, making sure that everything looks nice and symmetric. Your skin condition looks good. I don't see any nodules, no lesion, no redness there. So you're gonna go ahead and open your mouth and close. Yep. I feel the interior. Interior of your ear, and the right in front of your ear. Go ahead. Do it again. And then again. Nice. Now it's right in that depression there. And I didn't feel any clicking while that happened, so that's good stuff. And it felt nice and smooth in motion. All right. For range of motion, go ahead and protrude your chin towards me, and then from side to side. Nice. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of resistance. Go to protrude, and then side. Go into my finger. Into my finger. Yeah. Good job. Let's move on to your cervical spine. Okay. So again, just inspecting, making sure that there's no redness, no swelling. I don't see any atrophy of your muscles here. Your skin condition looks good. No redness, no swelling. Good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and palpate your sternomastoid process, or muscle rather. Your trapezius here. Oops, sorry about that. Your muscles feel nice and firm. Spinal processes here, and everything feels nice and smooth. Muscles are nice and firm. Okay. For range of motion, you're going to take one ear to your shoulder and then the opposite motion. Beautiful. Now I'm going to add a little bit of tension. Go to work your way in your head into my hand. Perfect. And then the other way. Nice. All right. Working our way on down. Let's move on to the shoulders. So I'm going to look at it anteriorly and posteriorly. Meaning from the front and the back. Just gonna look here. Just making sure that things look even on both sides. Those bony processes are equal on both sides. They do look good. Checking out your humerus here and just how your arms are spaced out on each side of your body. Everything looks good and equal bilaterally. I don't see any redness or swelling. I'm gonna look over, walk over here, and look posteriorly. And again, same thing. I don't see any redness or swelling. Everything looks nice and bilateral. I don't see any issues there. I'm working my way back over, and the contour of your muscles look good. So I'm going to go ahead and palpate. Just feeling again those bony processes. Going on to your humerus. And that clavicle here. And I did want to inspect your axillary, so just want to make sure I don't see any swelling, no adenopathy present here. Nice. Again, your humerus, maybe condyles a bit, and the biceps and the triceps. Everything feels good there. So for a range of motion first, can you go ahead and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears? Nice, you can relax. And then you're gonna do it again with resistance. Harder, 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 good. And then for range of motion, you can lift your arms to the side, yep, and down. And then we'll do that again. I'll get this out of the way. Go ahead and lift up, work against my arms, and then come back up, and then work down. Nice. Beautiful. Let's move on. We've done your head, your shoulders. Let's move on to your elbows. So just checking them out again bilaterally. Looking at that L-crown inversa. I see those normal depressions and the normal protrusion of your elbow here. Skin condition looks good. I don't see any abnormal nodules, No lesions, no redness or swelling there. I'm gonna go ahead and palpate. So supporting your forearm with my hand here. I'm gonna feel the acronym bursa, which is that little space on your elbow here, the little bony process. I'm gonna feel your epicondyles. Just moving down your forearm. Feel those normal depressions again. No nodules here. No lesions. Let me switch to the other side. Support it this way. Get those epicondyles, those the bursa, those normal depressions there. And everything feels good. So for range of motion, you can go ahead and bend your forearm towards your body and then extend. And then with resistance, work against my arm harder. Nice. And then push against me. Nice. Beautiful. Let's move on to your hands and wrists, okay? So just looking on both sides, just looking at your color, making sure that there's no redness, so no swelling. I do see a straight alignment between your forearm to your fingers. I don't see any nodules, no redness there. And I see that normal little bulging right next to your thumb there, which is what I expect to see. Looking on both sides here. By supporting your wrist, or your hand rather, I'm just gonna take both of my thumbs and feel on your wrist here. I feel those normal protrusions, the normal depression of your wrists. Any tenderness while I'm palpating?
No.
Awesome. I'm feeling your metacarpals here in between, just making sure everything is nice and smooth, that your muscles feel nice and smooth. And moving on to your interphalangeals, making sure there's no thickening here. And then we can go and switch. Again, filling out that wrist for normal depressions and protrusions. Nice smooth in between your metacarpals here. Feeling on each side of your knuckles. And then your interphalangeals. And no thickening, no tenderness. Alright. So whenever you're ready, for range of motion, you're just gonna flex and extend. Beautiful. And then you're gonna take those fingers out. Beautiful. And then for muscle testing, you're gonna lay your forearm down, palm up, and then you're gonna work against my resistance here, lifting your palm toward your face. Nice. So bending at the wrist.
Oh.
So yep, you got it. Nice. And then switch. So flatten out the forearm. There you go. Nice. All right. So we've done shoulders, our elbows, our hands, and our wrists. Let's move on to the hips. So I'll take a closer look at your hips when you're standing, when I inspect your spine. But we're gonna move on really quickly to the beanbag over here. Just have you lay for a second. And you can put your head on the grade here and then extend your legs out that way. Nice. All right, so for your hips, I'm just gonna go ahead and palpate. I'm just making sure, come to the side so they can see that there is no crepitus when I'm feeling, making sure your iliac crest feels normal on both sides, that your muscles feel nice and firm. All right, so for range of motion with one knee bent, yep. You're gonna lift the opposite leg with it extended towards your body. Extend it, yep, and then lift it towards your body, yep. Beautiful, then you can switch. Beautiful, then I'm just gonna add some resistance here. Yep, nice and strong, and beautiful. All right, so we checked out range of motion and our movement, and our palpated. We can go ahead and go back to the seat. Sorry for making you move so much.
It's okay.
All right. Got it. There you go. All right, let's check out your knees now. So I'm just gonna lift up here. I want to make sure that I can see those normal patellar indentions on both sides. Making sure that your knees just look bilateral. Your quads look equal on each side. Your muscles look nice and firm. I don't see any redness, no swelling, no nodules. The condition of your knee looks really good. All right, so for palpating, I'm just gonna take my hand towards the excuse me, you can relax. Towards the your quadriceps here, and just work my way down, making sure again that that muscle is nice and firm. Then coming into your patella here. I want to feel that tendon, make sure that the normal depressions are there. Your tendons feel normal on the back side. Any tenderness while I'm palpating? Good stuff. Getting those normal indentions on each side of your tendon and your patella. It's nice and firm. No swelling, no tenderness. Good stuff. All right, so for a range of motion, go ahead and just extend your leg out towards me and bring it back. Then opposite leg. Nice. You can relax, and then with this leg, you can go ahead and flex against my resistance. And then the opposite way. So, so pull your leg, towards you. Nice, beautiful. Nice muscle there. Let's move on to your feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove your shoes. So just checking here, making sure that there's a nice parallel line, or a straight line rather, from your legs down to your feet. And I do see that your feet are nice and straight. Looking at your toes, make sure that they're pointing towards me. I don't see any redness, no swelling, no nodules or lesions, no abnormal protrusions here, which is a good thing. I'm gonna go ahead and palpate. Make sure you can see me. Yeah. I'm gonna support your foot with my hand here, just starting up at the ankle, making sure that there are those normal indentions here at the joint. Any pain or tenderness here?
No.
Alright, check out the metacarpals here. Then I see that your arch is normal. And your interphalangeals. And I just want to feel the knuckles of your feet. Nice. And again, I'm supporting your foot, feeling into your ankle. No swelling, no tenderness, no protrusions, normal depressions in those joints and in between your metacarpals and your interphalangeals. Just feeling the knuckles of your feet here. All right, beautiful. So for range of motion, you're gonna take your foot, and I want you to bring them inwards towards your body and then outwards. Nice. And try to keep your legs straight. Go ahead. And out. Nice job. So now you're gonna go ahead and flex against my foot. So go ahead and like you're pressing the gas pedal. Beautiful. Nice. And then flex your foot, and then I want you to bring your toes towards your face. Yes. Here. Nice. All right. Everything looks good down there. Let's go and check out your spine. So you can stand, please. Be careful. So with you being here, I can get a nice look at your spine. So I'm just gonna lift up your shirt, okay? So I can check out the spiny process. I'm sorry. So while I'm looking, I just wanna make sure that things line up naturally, symmetrically. One thing I did forget to note while I was checking out your cervical spine, that your head is nice and erect and well supported by your muscles, and I can see the same thing while I'm looking at your spine here. Again, skin condition looks great. I don't see any redness, no lesions, no nodules here. I see that your scapula looks nice and firm, that those bony processes look symmetric, those gluteal folds look symmetric, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and palpate your spiny processes here. I just wanna make sure everything is in line. And a nice straight line here. No tenderness as I palpate, correct? Good stuff. All right. So as I'm still lifting your shirt, I'm going to come to the side, making sure that you have that normal lumbar curve in your back, and I do see it. And then for range of motion, I'm going to have you touch your toes And yep, touch your toes. Beautiful. And I saw that was a nice smooth movement. And that lumbar curve is gone when you touch your toes. All right. Go ahead and stand up. All right, my friend. That pretty much sums up our assessment. Thank you for your patience and your time today. Do you have any questions or concerns?
Not at the moment.
All right, sounds good. Well, you have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, goodbye.